You know how sometimes you pick up a gadget expecting just another accessory, and 5 minutes later, you're sitting there thinking, wait, why does this feel so good? That's exactly what happened when I got my hands on the BigBigWon Blitz 2 TMR. At first glance, it looks like a toy from the future. Transparent shell, glowing RGB veins, that mechanical hum of confidence. But beneath all that eye candy, there's something genuinely impressive happening here. So today, we're diving deep, unboxing, testing, gaming, stressing it out, to find out if this controller is the real deal or just another RGB showpiece. Right out of the box, the Blitz 2 TMR sets a tone. The packaging is clean, matte black, sharp text, and that glossy controller shot that practically dares you to open it. Inside, the layout feels premium, the controller resting perfectly in its foam cradle, cable and paperwork tucked neatly underneath. No wasted plastic, no messy wires, just a confident presentation that whispers, yeah, we know we look good. Lifting it out for the first time, that's when it hits you. This thing feels solid, not bulky, not cheap, just right. The transparent body gives off those cyberpunk workstation vibes, like you're holding a piece of gaming hardware that escaped from 2040. Let's talk design. Every corner, every curve feels intentional. The transparent shell shows you the heartbeat inside. Chips, trigger springs, micromotors, all visible through the body. The RGB lighting? It doesn't scream for attention, it breathes with it. Soft fades, pulsing glows, subtle transitions that make it feel alive rather than loud. It's one of the few controllers that actually looks better in the dark. The texture on the back grips is genius. Fine enough to prevent slipping, but not that rough sandpaper finish that grinds on your fingers. After a few hours of gaming, it still feels comfortable. And no creaks, none. You could twist it gently and it won't complain. That's the kind of build confidence most budget controllers can't touch. Here's where the Blitz 2 TMR goes from good to fun. The face buttons, A, B, X, Y, are mechanical. That tiny click every time you press one, it's addictive. It's the same feeling you get from a quality mechanical keyboard. Precise, snappy, satisfying. The D-pad is smooth, accurate, and responsive enough for fighting games. And the analog sticks? Clean motion, zero dead zone issues, tight centering, no drift or cheap play. Then you've got the rear paddles, sitting right where your fingers naturally rest. Map them to reload, jump, or melee, and suddenly you're pulling off actions without ever lifting your thumbs. It's one of those small design decisions that completely changes the way you play once you get used to it. Now, let's decode that mysterious TMR part. It stands for Trigger Mechanical Response, and it's not just marketing. These triggers feel different. Instead of the usual soft analog squeeze, they click. Fast, sharp, instant. When you pull the trigger in a shooter, it's more like firing a mouse button than a trigger. There's no lag, no mush, just precision. For racing games, it means quicker acceleration control. For shooters, it means every shot feels deliberate, not delayed. It's one of those things you don't appreciate until you go back to a normal controller and suddenly realize how slow everything feels. If versatility had a mascot, it'd be this thing. The Blitz 2 TMR works with everything: PC, Android, iOS, Nintendo Switch, Steam Deck, even PS4 via cable. Switching modes is as simple as sliding a toggle. No driver installs, no weird pairing steps. Each platform gets its own LED color cue. Blue for PC, green for Android, red for Switch, purple for iOS. Once paired, it remembers the device, so next time you power on, you're instantly connected. It's one of the smoothest multi-platform experiences I've tested. Now the most important question, how does it play? In one word, tight. Input delay is almost non-existent, even over Bluetooth. Every movement, every trigger pull, every combo registers exactly when you expect it to. That TMR system really shines here. Shooting, dodging, drifting, it all feels instant. The vibration motors are tuned perfectly too. Not just a dull buzz, but a punchy, reactive rumble that changes with the action. Crashes feel violent, engines feel alive, and sword hits actually have a kick. You can switch between wired and wireless seamlessly. USB-C for zero latency or Bluetooth for freedom. In both cases, it performs flawlessly. BigBigWon claims around 12 to 15 hours, and that held true in my testing, with RGB on the whole time. Turn the lights off, and you can stretch it closer to 20 hours easily. Charging takes about 2 hours, and you can still use it while plugged in. That's a big plus for long sessions. And here's something I noticed. The power management is smart. When you set it down for a while, it goes into low power standby automatically. Wake it up, and it reconnects in seconds. Now, yeah, the RGB is flashy, but it's not just for show. Each lighting color also doubles as a mode indicator or status cue. It's practical and beautiful. When you're gaming at night, that soft neon glow spilling through the clear body gives the controller a personality. It's like it's reacting to your gameplay, not just sitting there. The BigBigWon app lets you remap buttons, set macros, adjust trigger sensitivity, and tweak lighting effects. It's straightforward, though not perfect. It can feel clunky on older phones. But once you set your custom profile, the controller remembers it. No need to reopen the app every time. Those macro buttons on the front? They're lifesavers in fast-paced shooters or combo-heavy games. You can program sequences like jump, shoot, reload, and it executes instantly. That's the kind of feature that turns a good controller into a competitive one. Here's what surprised me most. I started using it outside of gaming. It works perfectly for navigating menus on my PC or phone when I'm editing videos, browsing, or streaming. The wireless stability and clicky precision make it feel more like a remote plus keyboard hybrid. That's how you know a product nailed the fundamentals, when you keep finding new reasons to use it. After a week of using the Blitz 2 TMR, here's my honest take. It's not just good for the price, it's good, period. It looks amazing, it feels premium, it performs like something way more expensive. Sure, the app could use a facelift, and I wish it came with a carrying pouch, but that's nitpicking. For what you get, mechanical triggers, RGB flare, cross-platform support, low latency, and solid battery, this controller punches way above its weight class. If you're a gamer who jumps between platforms and wants something that looks sick and performs like a champ, the BigBigWon Blitz 2 TMR deserves a spot in your setup. Thanks for watching, Legends. If you found this review helpful, drop a like. It really helps the channel grow. Tell me in the comments what controller you're using right now, and whether you think the Blitz 2 TMR could replace it. Until next time, stay sharp, stay wired in, and as always, game on.